I've done this intro before, but I feel like it's still relevant, so I'll do it again. It's a day ending in Y, so you know what that means. Somebody on the internet has to be a groomer, a pedo, a racist, a homophobe, or just some kind of degenerate, and today's chopping block has James Charles on it. Apparently, the allegation goes that he groomed a 16-year-old, sent him nudes, and stuff along those lines, right? Now, I should preface this very clearly at the beginning, right? So everything's all clear and stuff, right? Do not take these allegations as gospel, obviously. In fact, I'll play my hand for you just a little bit right now. I sincerely doubt that these allegations are legit, based almost solely on the fact that James Charles has been in a situation like this so many times that I find it very hard to believe that he'd actually go through and do something this stupid, right? I like, this is like, what, the third time he's been accused of, like, sexting minors, grooming? It's like, I think at some point, right, it's probably, he's probably not gonna do this, but whatever. That's purely just like, I suppose it's like the John Swan argument, right? Like, oh, we know John Swan, we know how seriously he takes his reputation, he probably wouldn't do that, right? But again, like, that obviously isn't definitive, like, the end-all be-all, right? So we should still take things relatively seriously, right? And everybody's innocent until proven guilty, right? Yada, yada, yada. And I love how, and no, I'm not doing the stupid anime game in the background for, like, a joke or a meme. This is, like, the only new footage I've had, so I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like that's a contrast, but whatever, right? So, without further ado, I suppose we should get into what is being said, right? The main topics of this video is going to be James Charles' response and the allegations made by Isaiah, I believe it is. That's what his name is. Though it's a weird way to spell it. I'll definitely have it up on the screen. And this was an allegation made over TikTok, which is... Oh, shit. Notification. Nope, nothing important. No updates. But... It's an allegation made over TikTok, which obviously doesn't help. I mean, if you really want to get your story out there, I don't think TikTok / Twitter account that you never use. But I checked this guy's Twitter account, and he's only got like 9 tweets, and they're all about this. So I don't know if that's necessarily the way I'd go about it, but hey, I've never been put in this position. I can't say for certain what I would do, right? So... I can't obviously show the video because I'm a stupid, dumb, poor, idiot, fucking brain-dead moron who can't afford a computer at the moment, and prices are skyrocketing, and yada yada yada, all stuff I've explained in the past, whatever. I'm doing this on a PS4, I'm sorry, sue me, but I will tell you what the video is, and if you don't take my word for it, whatever, it's on the internet, you can obviously find it, right? But essentially... Isaiah, I'm gonna refer to him as that, and if it's not his name, I'm sorry, I can't put brain power into fucking figuring out how to actually say it. Can't be bothered. He says, his situation with James Charles was that, he said he was added on Snapchat by James Charles, and they talked, and essentially, right, at some point, you know, sexual messages get sent, mainly from James, if not all from James. This is what he's alleging, anyway. And so he alleges this, and he says, okay, yeah, that's cool and all, James, but I'm 16. So he says. And James continues to do this, right? He doesn't stop, he doesn't let up, he doesn't go, oh shit, my bad. This is the allegation, for the most part, right? That's what I've been able to gather. So, James Charles then very quickly responds, right? And I will read this to you essentially word for word. Let's get started. Trigger warning, grooming and pedophilia. Also James Charles. I know that sometimes pisses people off, especially a little known fucking... I don't want to say anything. I almost said something really bad there, but I don't know what to say. Insert bad language to describe Ethan Klein. How about Fatso? though I'm fat, so fuck it, I can't say anything. Just fuck it, H3H, basically. I'm showing on the screen right now him basically claiming that James Charles is a pedo while knowing nothing of it, okay? That's what I was gonna save this for later, but you know what, fuck it, I'm off on the tangent now, so I might as well just have it right now. H3H3, do some fucking research, you dumb, stupid fucking idiot. So anyways, I will now read James Charles' response. There's a video going around about me on TikTok and Twitter of a guy calling me a groomer, and I want to address it right away. The accusation that I have groomed this person is completely false. Last week, I came across someone on my Instagram Explore page, saw he followed me, and added him on Snapchat. The next morning, I woke up to several snaps from this person being excited I added him back, saying he loved me, and also lewd pictures of himself in the shower. I asked how old he was right away, and he told me that he was 18, so I started flirting back. In the excitement of meeting someone I thought it could be potentially great, I didn't ask for a copy of his ID or passport. It's now clear, based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device and had an ulterior motive from the beginning. Later in the day, he asked a few things that made me question the validity of his original age answer, and when I asked him to confirm his age once again, he admitted that he was 16. I told him I was really uncomfortable, and he's a fan of mine, and we would never tell anyone. I told him I wasn't okay with this. He started getting upset, and at this point, I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. I'm not victim blaming him or victimizing myself either. I'm simply sharing what happened, and what happened was not okay. After false allegations like this in the past, I would never knowingly engage with anyone underage and put my life on the line for a few Snapchats. Because of situations like this, instead of taking someone's word for it, I will now ask to see the ID or password of every guy I have a conversation with. Which is unfortunate, but that's the way the internet works. Now, it's important to note that James Charles does admit that he sexted this person, but he also vehemently, I think that's how you say it, don't yell at me in the comments, actually do, whatever, I don't give a shit, engagement, in terms of engagement, it'll help, but in all seriousness, James Charles is, completely, hey, listen, I may have done this, but I definitely did not knowingly knew this person's age. Knowingly knew, yeah. And that's ultimately, in my opinion, what's important, because, ignorance is not the best defense, but at least it is a defense, which is better than, Call Me Carson, who I still think did barely anything wrong, but, he got fucking torn a new one by the internet, because you know how the internet be, especially with this stuff. Excuse me. So I think there's one more thing I want to cover, and that's just this fucking outpour of just utterly stupid responses I've seen. And I feel like I should cover just a couple of them to give you an idea where other people in the community are at right now. And let me be completely fair. There are some people that are making good and valid points, but there's also, for every person that is thinking level-headedly and rationally, there's Ethan Klein and, I guess, Gnome, aka Keemstar, aka Daniel Keem, aka I don't know why I'm continuously going on and on about Keemstar's names. It's stupid. Whatever. So, let's just look at that for a sec. James Charles has now admitted to sexting two minors, 14-year-old in July of 2020, 16-year-old just today. In both cases, James says they lied about their age. It does not matter that they lied, it's still an alleged crime. Both times, according to state laws, James could get arrested. Yeah. So I had to re-record this section because, I misinterpret what Keem said, because I don't take anything Keem says all that seriously, because he's a fucking idiot and a asshole who will fucking lie to bolster himself up, right? So, Keem's argument here, and law argument anyway, is I interpret it as the kid sent nudes to James, right? And the allegation is that, James sent nudes to the kid, and that's a federal crime and state crime. And this is again one of those situations where I'm fucking sitting here and I'm like, fuck off, dude. Honestly, if you wanna if you believe James Charles should be labeled a pedophile and have to go from here on out for the rest of his life, go to every single neighborhood and say that he's a sexual predator because somebody lied about their age, and like nothing even close to like actual like sexual like happened, and when I mean by actual sexual, I mean like physical sex and stuff like along those lines. If you think James should have to go to everybody and have the label of sex offender, by all means, sure, if that's your argument you want to make, go right ahead. I think you're a fucking moron and an idiot, but if that's your argument, sure, fine. But I'll be real with you, man. I think this is like another, again, a case of the, oh look, these stupid shitty laws that we haven't bothered to fix in the age of the online internet social media generation. We haven't bothered to fix these. Fuck, what do we do? Keep them, or don't prosecute them, or whatever, because, hey, we'll kick it down the line, and maybe we'll set a precedent one day, to whatever unlucky bastard has to be the judge of that case. Dude, I'm gonna be real. Again, if you think James Charles should go from fucking door to door in any neighborhood he ever goes to and say that he is like a sex offender, by all means, sure. That if that's what you want, sure. I think James Charles should be arrested. If you think that is a punishment worthy of the crime, especially considering that especially in this scenario, it seems like the kid, if what James is alleging is true, if what James is alleging is true, that this kid basically intentionally, like, lied about their age to, like, cause a controversy, right? And I'll be real with you, like, I don't think this case is gonna get... I don't know. This is where my ignorance of the law comes in. I don't think how it works. I believe he can still get prosecuted even if the family doesn't press charges. But I'm gonna be real with you. I think that nothing really is going to come of this situation. And I don't think that that's a bad thing, necessarily, because excuse me, I don't... Man, I'm just burping all this fucking video. I don't even know why. But I don't really think that James Charles is this sex offender piece of shit that is trying to get off to people that are underage. I'm sorry. And I don't think he should be punished or treated like one. So, fucking sue me, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, do you want me to, like, I'd be lying to you if I sat down and be like, this is outrageous, James Charles should be brought to justice. Like, no, I can't fucking do that. That's entirely stupid. I can't sit here and be like, call me Carson, dude. I don't think he should be treated like a criminal. And I also can't say, I don't think James Charles should be treated like a criminal. I can't say that one is not right and the other is wrong, if that makes any sense. Like, they either both are right or both are wrong, and I'm gonna be real with you. I think, well, not necessarily right. No, let me completely rephrase that. I consider it morally reprehensible, but is it something that you should get your ass in prison for? No. Not even close. I had another tweet from Mudahar that I was gonna say, but basically I just disagreed with it. A part about it being like fans, and it's like, dude, anybody can lie about being a fan, dude. So with all that being said, right, let me move on to like the kid Isaiah's response to the response. I was gonna include some tweets from the commentary community, but this video is long enough as is, so I'm gonna just cover what Isaiah fucking said in response to James Charles' response. And that's that. Right off the bat, that for those who don't believe the age thing, this is me messaging my BSF, who I told at the time about it. He's asking me for me to send pictures of my body right after telling him I'm 16. Hope this clears things up. Things in this image video are blocked. It's just, I can't really believe it, honestly. I'll be real. So I'm just gonna like, this is definitely is like at the moment of like he said, she said type of deal, and I'm just at the moment like, dude, James Charles has been through so much shit that I really do find it hard to believe, right? It's definitely not impossible, but it's just, I find it very, very perplexing why he would intentionally do something like this, right? So I guess I'm making a good faith argument for James. Like, I'm gonna take him at faith value or whatever, face value, faith, whatever. And it's not to say that, like, I don't think this guy's clout chasing either, especially, like, there's no proof to really say that, especially right now, but the proof he's providing, I really, honestly, I don't have, like, James Charles has admitted to talking to this person, right, but I don't have, like, to wrap everything up, I don't have a lot of confidence in this, I believe, and it comes down to just, ultimately, like, we've been through this song and dance so many times before that I am kind of burnt out, and I just don't believe it, right? And maybe that's shame on me, right? Maybe I should take this at complete and utter face value. Maybe, like, this guy is absolutely right, and James Charles is a monster, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna take James Charles at his word, at least at the moment. I also think that we should probably not go to too drastic of conclusions. I think me saying James Charles probably is not guilty of much, I think that's, like, as far as we can really say, right? Especially in, like, terms of, like, what we can say at the moment, right? That's what I want to get across. So, in conclusion, at the moment, are the allegations legit or not? I can't really say, and I don't want to say. I don't want to put any ideas in anybody's head and potentially have them be wrong, because this is a serious situation. So I know that's kind of a cuck-out answer, but, you know, sue me. I don't normally try to fence sit like this, but and I don't really feel like I'm fence sitting, because this is just genuinely what I believe, right? I don't really care all that much about saying opinions that people on the internet are gonna get mad at me for. I just don't. Especially at this point. Maybe like a couple of my first videos, but at this point, I don't care, as long as I'm not, like, actually hurting anybody or slandering them intentionally or unintentionally. So, with all that being said, I've been KB Baby. Thank you for watching. God bless your soul. Stay rad. Don't be radicalized, and I am signing off. Peace.